Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new video on the channel. Today, we are going to talk about From Broke to Billionaire, inspiring personal finance stories. Before we get started with the video, don't forget to smash the like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get started. Number 9. Sarah Blakely. Blakely graduated from Florida State in 1993 with plans to attend law school, but she failed the LSATs twice. She got a job at Disney World and hated it, so she went into sales, cold calling prospects and trying to sell fax machines to businesses. She was a terrific seller, but the challenge of dressing professionally in the Florida heat was what propelled her to true success. She retained her day job while working on the product that would become Spanx at night and on weekends. The cold calling experience was useful because nearly every advisor, supplier, and retailer she contacted warned her it wouldn't work. But she didn't listen. Her company is now a clothing behemoth. She owns it all, and her net worth is reported to be $1 billion. Number 8. Ryan Graves. Graves finished college, got a job as a database administrator, and immediately realized it was a dead-end career that wasn't for him. As a result, in 2010, he began networking and applying for positions at hip internet businesses like Foursquare, but he was rejected. Rather than be discouraged, Graves nevertheless began conducting business development for Foursquare, driving around Chicago in his spare time and recruiting businesses to join. His persistence led to an internship and, eventually, the opportunity to become Uber's first employee. After only 5 years, his net worth is estimated to be $1.5 billion. Number 7. Kevin Plank. Plank was expelled from one high school and attended another before attending prep school with the hopes of receiving a Division I college athletic scholarship. That didn't happen, so he enrolled at the University of Maryland, where he strolled onto the team and eventually came up with the idea for his firm, Under Armour. After becoming irritated with how sweat stained his uniform, Plank used up all of his credit cards and worked out of his grandmother's basement. Finally, in 1999, he spent $25,000 on an advertisement in a Seattle magazine, which resulted in $1 million in sales. Wall Street now values Under Armour at about $20 billion, while Plank is worth approximately $3.7 billion. Number 6. Nick Woodman. Woodman's first two ventures, Empowerall, Come and Fun Bag, both failed. To fund his next venture, he and his wife purchased 600 seashell belts in Bali for $1.90 apiece, then drove up and down the California coast, selling them for $60 each. To be fair, Woodman is the son of a venture capitalist, and he was also able to secure a $260,000 investment from his parents. Nonetheless, you've probably heard of his company GoPro. Woodman's net worth has risen to around $1.6 billion. Number 5. John Paul DeJoria. DeJoria was once destitute and lived in his car. He grew up in foster care, served 2 years in the United States Navy, and worked odd jobs like janitor and door-to-door encyclopedia salesman until landing a job at Reckin Laboratories, which supplied hair treatments to hairdressers. With a few years of expertise and a $750 loan, DeJoria co-founded John Paul Mitchell Systems in 1980. Which evolved into a $1 billion air firm despite the fact that it should have gone bankrupt perhaps 50 times in the first year. According to DeJoria, DeJoria also co-founded Patron Spirits as a side project. His net worth now is about $4 billion. Number 4. Ray E. Kalui, Runcie Marketing Philippines. Ray Kalui, who was exposed to hardship at a young age, worked hard in his early years to help his family make ends meet. He moved to Cebu in quest of greener pastures, eventually working as a housekeeper and porter at a public market. Because of his difficult financial situation, he became determined to succeed not only for himself, but also for his family. With his P20,000 savings as a pharmaceutical sales representative, he launched Ronce Marketing, a trading and repacking company for industrial items, in 1994. Since then, his business repacking coffee, sugar, creamer, and oil into micropacks has grown, bringing him unrivaled success in the area. Number 3. Diosdado Bonatayo, Chips and Technologies Company. Diosdado Bonatayo, dubbed the Bill Gates of the Philippines, is the son of a rice farmer and a housewife from Cagayan Valley. Due to his poverty, he walked barefoot to school to ensure he received his primary and secondary education. He majored in electrical engineering at Mapua University and finished with honors. Following his tenure as a pilot trainee with Philippine Airlines, he was soon given a job as a design engineer for Boeing Company in the United States. Following the completion of his master's degree in electrical engineering at Stanford University, he joined the Homebrew Computer Club, where he met prominent figures such as Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs. His expertise in the field led to the development of a single-chip controller, chipsets, and other items that are regarded as milestones in the computer industry. As a result, he was able to establish his own company, Chips and Technologies Company, which was ultimately acquired by Intel for a stunning $430 million. As a way of repaying his alma mater, Malabic Elementary School, he ensured that, despite being a public school, it would have the most modern computer system in the country. Number 2. Julie Gandianco, Julie's Bake Show. If you want to thrive in life, there is no such thing as being too late. According to Julie Gandianco, Julie had early exposure to entrepreneurship while operating their sari store and taking on sewing jobs from their community wherever her husband was assigned for work. Julie worked hand-in-hand with her husband to monitor their 30-hectare sugar plantation in Dumaguete when he decided to leave his job to focus on it. However, due to a rapid reduction in the price of sugar around the world, they soon lost their farm and decided to return to Seb. Julie applied as a canteen concessionaire for a rattan export company, eager to resume their lives despite the devastating loss. Because her exposure to the field helped her recognize the customer demand for bread, she took the risk of launching her first bake shop, Julie's Bake Shop, at the age of 50. Number 1. Edgar Njapsia, Mang Inassal. Edgar Njapsia, a true blue provincial, established his fast food company Mang Inassal from the ground up in 2003. From its humble beginnings with a single branch in Iloilo City to its current network of over 300 branches, he was able to sell the entire operation to Jollibee Foods Corporation for a total of $5 billion. With a clear vision, he chose to go on a new path with his siblings and Tony Tankekshi, the man behind JFC, focusing on the property industry sector. Their collaboration was able to amass a total of 1 million square meters of leasable space, which is today known as Double Dragon. His is not your standard rags to riches narrative, but his humble beginnings in the province to today's competition with industry titans serve as an example to other Provinciano entrepreneurs in the Philippines. That's a wrap on the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, let me know by giving it a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.